I am live for a little while at least. Back home, I had to go to a birthday party for one of Rudy's cousins on Saturday, which is why today's upload, today's video upload, took me a couple days to get done because I was like doing stuff. Anyway, so I'm gonna let a few people get in before I start talking. I am in the process of getting the house ready to decorate for fall. I'm going to take the dog for a walk in a little while, but not until I put the fall wreath up. And then I'm going to wipe down the house a little bit and get it ready for the candles and everything. So that'll be fun. Anyway, so let's talk about what's going on here. Okay, so we've got, and it's gone silent now. Okay, it's gone silent. The stuff with Iger getting shot down or getting attacked by the New York Times, and apparently Kathleen Kennedy was making it out like she did it herself. But there's too many details from too many sources for me to believe she had anything to do with it at all. As far as I can see, she was probably aware of it, because if you notice, Lucasfilm was only ever mentioned once. That to me says whoever wrote that didn't want to implicate her nonsense. Okay, trying to make her look like an innocent victim. And Iger said no to the Acolyte lady, which is the next thing we're going to talk about. So that's kind of gone radio silent. The Acolyte petition, according to Forbes, a contributing reporter, author, editor, Eric Kane, basically these petitions never work. And he compared the numbers of people signing that petition to the numbers of people who sign a petition to save deleted scenes from Bridgerton, which I haven't seen and I'm not interested in. It just looks stupid. Basically, more people signed that petition to save those deleted scenes than the Acolyte. And almost as many people signed a petition to save My Lady Jane TV show on one of the streaming services. I'm going to say it was Netflix or Apple or Amazon, one of them. And that show was not really watched. That show was, thanks Cross, no one really watched that show. So you've got a huge fan base, and you compared it to the Star Wars fan base, which is huge. And only, 72,000, 77,000, I can't remember the number, of people signed the stupid petition. Okay, these things never work. I've told you that before. And the way they're going about trying to get, I don't know, they're lashing out at, the black pills, oh yeah, Cross, we'll talk about him too. Leave it to them to, go after the black pills and Star Wars theory, including monetizing the Vader fan video, which by agreement between Star Wars theory and Lucasfilm was not to be monetized. Now someone's taking the money for it. Now, I'm going to take a different tack because I don't hate Disney. I hate the people that work there, a lot of them. Reimagining Tomorrow, every one of those fuckers should be fired. Every fucking one of them should just be wiped out. But I don't hate Disney. This was Lucasfilm. I showed the letter. If you look at the letter that was written, it's too well written to be Molly Damon or Alex, the cuck, or Rachel Leishman. It's too well written. And it's like, you know, I think this was written by somebody who's could be a lawyer, could be a PR person, a professional PR person working for Lucasfilm, but it's not one of them. Here's the thing. Star Wars Explained started attacking Star Wars theory, blaming him and Geeks and Gamers and Drunk 3PO and Nerdrotic and Ryan Cannell and the rest of these big YouTubers, because they were blaming YouTube. And Kennedy does it. She blames us for her failures. Oh, I mean, but look, this is a woman who thinks she's above it all. Okay. This is a woman who thinks she's above it all. Okay. And, you know, she, like I said in my upload today, she believes that if she can't get permission, then forgiveness. Okay. Didn't work this time. She took off, you know, scraped money together and probably got some suspicious investors to help her do the Acolyte. $180 million. God knows who else was behind that money. And it turned into, I mean, Headland, what it looks like to me is she filmed different scenes from each script. And that's what she handed in to Jon Favreau. Favreau looked at it and said, you know, hey, Kim. And basically, you know, that was it. I mean, that was it. Okay, worst fan film he's ever seen. Sucks. Okay, so that's what we got. Look, we all knew we were going to get that when Headland was announced as the show's showrunner. I don't need to see her product to know what she's going to put out there is going to suck. Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. That's all I needed to see. Okay. Why she got the job, God on his throne in heaven probably still can't figure that one out. You know, I just go, if I had been sitting there at my desk, an assistant walks in and goes, here's a letter from, hi Ian, from Leslie Headland. Leslie Headland? Oh, Harvey's former personal assistant from years ago, blah, blah, blah. What does she want? Me irritated. She wants to pitch you an idea for Star Wars. No. See how easy that is? No. That's how quickly you can make a decision. You don't need to hear from her. All you have to do is hear Leslie Headland, her former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, the biggest pig on the planet. No. All right. And then to actually add more to this, you could actually remember her being at that Women in the Media conference or whatever that was, where she is condescendingly talking like the great white savior to two very professional black women and just being an astoundingly stupid cow. That's it. That's all you need. Okay, so there's that. But that's what we knew it was going to fail. I mean, we knew it. All right. And it didn't just fail, it failed spectacularly. Okay. To the point where, you know, I'm looking at it going, why is it still on Disney Plus? I mean, but that'll be the next thing. So these people from these other, the shills, hey, Maze is in the house. No, she's not. There is a channel you need to see called the Brit Brothers. They're British brothers. And they did a video about her. And what they said is she's not negotiating anything. Disney wants her gone. But they said she was negotiating remotely. And my thing is, Frank has been in England and Europe. They're filming Jurassic Park 5, like we need one. And she's with him. She's with him. He went to the Olympics. He's not going to go to the Olympics by himself. His wife was there. All right, so yeah, I mean, she's been with them traveling. They were in Thailand. They were on Malta, etc. And, you know, she's not getting any news. Apparently to this YouTube channel, she was really pissed off and called Iger a dick or a prick when it came out that they weren't getting season 2 of The Acolyte. This is where her rationality and reality, you know, where she has based reality is nowhere to be found. You know, the Nielsen ratings don't lie. No one watched it, and it got progressively worse. 17% Rotten Tomatoes audience score. It's as bad on IMDb and other places. Why the fuck? Why, in the name of God Almighty, would this woman think she would ever get a second season? I mean, it's like, what? What? And this is her fault. She took the pitch. She liked it. Imagine being the president of Lucasfilm and liking that shit. Imagine. Again, I get the script. I'm looking at it. The fuck am I reading? No, we're not doing this. Get her out of here. Tell her no deal. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You know, no is a really good word to learn and to use it when you have to. And there are times, I swear, when people need to hear the word no. Like Leslie Headland, like Amanda Stenberg. Well, it's not even that. It's that's only part of it, Ian. The other part is, it was poorly written. The power of one, what the fuck is that? When Mazars told me about that, I almost threw up. It was in the morning, I'm drinking my coffee, I'm like, this is too early for this shit. Okay. Poorly written. Poorly filmed, unfinished, when she handed it in. You know, and for some reason, Favreau was told he had to finish it. He gave it to somebody, he pawned it off on somebody else. I don't know what, I mean, they basically finished it overseas. He did not want his name connected to this shit. And, oh yeah, I mean, it does need to get willowed, and I think it will. When this stuff dies down, I think it will disappear. But when they attacked Star Wars Theory, I don't give a shit if Geeks and Gamers and Molly and Alex are having an octagon fight in the octagon, a cage match. Good. Let them kill each other. I don't care. Let them beat each other to a pulp. I don't care. That all their channels get demonetized. I don't care. Star Wars Theory is a class act. I disagree with him on quite a few things, but I also agree with him on a lot. He's very fair-minded and a good guy. He did not deserve the shit he got. Yeah, Mazarus, say Mazarus. And I literally, when we found out that his subreddit on Reddit was being brigaded, which means trolls were coming after him. And when we saw that they were trying to demonetize his channel. Now, I had some asshole show up this morning claiming that the only reason why Molly and those guys were doing that, and Mary Sue's, that they were sick of being put upon and blah, blah, blah. And he said, and Star Wars Theory was merely mentioned. Fucking A! They were going after Star Wars Theory. You know, that Vader fan film was not supposed to be monetized. But Lucasfilm, not Disney, monetized it. Why? Because the person who said, emotions are not for sharing is probably pissed off. May I remind you, Pablo shut down his public X account on the guys that he had enough people following him on Blue Skies, which is just a know-nothing Twitter substitute and stupid. So that's where he is. I can see what he's saying because I have more than one account there. And he's not saying a whole lot, but he still has an X account. So how's that? His private account is still up and running. And I'm like, but I thought you were leaving X for good. All right, if you're gonna leave, Pablo, if you're gonna leave X, then leave fucking X, okay? Leave it. Shut down your private account and go away, okay? If that's, you said it, I'm just calling you out and saying keep your promises. If you're gonna go, go, okay? It's really interesting. He like what he did to me. I would go and check. I would go and check to see where what's going on with him. So he shut down that public account. And his private account, which you can't see his tweets anyway or his posts anyway, he blocked me on my main account. Well, like, I'm going to see something. You already have it privatized, you fucking knucklehead. God. So, I don't really know which one at Lucasfilm, but the fact Saltier Than Crate got involved, and they're they were basically brigading Star Wars Theories subreddit and mass flagging of his own channel. They did try to get him demonetized. People saying that he wasn't really a target. It's absolute bullshit. He's made several videos now. We've all seen them. About this. So that's bullshit. But here's the deal. So we've got, I'm going to get you up to date. A week ago Sunday, an attack on Bob Iger out of the blue from the New York Times. Excuse me, I got to do this. An attack from the New York Times out of the blue basically chronicled, and it was a hit piece, what happened between the time that Iger turned the reins over to Bob Chapek to after. All right, it didn't make anybody at Disney look good. Christine McCarthy looked like a disloyal bitch. What's her face? Susan Arnold looked like a brain dead bimbo. Iger looked like a conniving backstabber, and they were all backstabbing each other. Chapek was in over his head. He should have said thanks, but no thanks. I want to stay with the parks. Oh yeah, Barzarell's right there. So what they did with Chapek is that they ran him out on a rail. And there was mention of money missing from Disney, which could be FTX. I agree with Cameron. The books are not what they should be at the Walt Disney Company. They're just not. And there's $3 billion missing from somewhere. Okay. And like, oh God, what was his name? Dave? I can't remember. One of the business guys that goes on CNBC. He's a big Trump supporter. He was talking about it, and I have the video. And Bob Iger's name was mentioned, connected to FTX. Okay. What I think he was trying to do is build up his war chest to run for president. And now it looks like he's not going to. Now, all of this with the Iger hit piece, which makes everybody look stupid. Kathleen Kennedy telling people at certain studios and everything that she was coming back and that she was gonna take down Bob Iger, blah blah blah. That is all connected. Then we have the daily barrage of flagging and everything going on with Star Wars Theory and other big channels, trying to demonetize them. It's what they do. And again, I wouldn't care if the Black Pill Blobs, that includes that Park Place and others, the two idiots from Alabama and yoga teachers, if they all got into it with the shills, okay, mutually assured destruction, just do it. Because Star Wars Theory would still be standing. I'd still be here, okay? Funny enough, this channel's growing, so if you're a newbie here, we don't do trolls. My wrenches will take care of that. I don't like fighting in the comments and in the chat. And if you're going to make a contrary opinion, you better sound like you know what you're talking about, okay? Hey, Sci-Fi Universes. So what I think is going on is that the attacks on YouTube, because I guaranteed this. I guarantee you, these are all coordinated. Kennedy hates YouTubers. Kennedy blames us for her mistakes. Kennedy is a narcissist. That's what narcissists do. When you start realizing that, everything suddenly makes sense and the world opens up. No, it's not. I mean, one of the guys on Cameron's page last night said another YouTuber that is sick of all this shit. Oh yeah, he is. We'll talk a little bit about that. Is sick of all this shit. Basically said the Ray movie's fake. It's not happening. There is no Ray movie. And it's starting to come around because these shills want it to happen. All right, go back to the Acolyte. When I heard that they were going to do it, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Now Cameron is of the opinion somebody wanted it to happen. Now, let's say BlackRock. The first would-be assassin of Donald Trump was in a BlackRock video. Now this latest guy who is obsessed with the grubby thieving jackasses in Ukraine, he was in a BlackRock video. Okay, so I go, perhaps it was BlackRock. Perhaps it was MI6. Perhaps it was both giving them money. Perhaps that's why we got it. Now, I look at it and go, this is really badly spent money, guys. All right, really badly spent money. Okay, but let's pretend that Disney paid for it. Let's see where Disney stocks are right now. 230. Diz shares. All right. All right, it's up 91.82. Okay. You know, I have to say this. I'm going to add this. The attack on Bob Iger. Kennedy takes credit for it and tells everybody, I'm coming back, I'm coming back. No, you're not. You're not. No, you're not. Okay, I don't care. Now, it was either an inside job, Dana Walden or Alan Bergman, trying to jockey for a position to get the seat to be CEO, even though James Gorman, who is the CEO of Morgan Stanley, is no one wants to anymore have anything to do with him, with them. The CEO, James Gorman of Morgan Stanley, is leading an outside search. This was in Variety, this was in THR, this was in Deadline Hollywood, for a new CEO of the Walt Disney Corporation. Okay, if this was an inside hit job, I don't, Iger might have been surprised, but I guarantee you he knows now who did it. Okay, now, he brought people with him. They thought that he was looking at this, he was looking at from the inside to take his place. And one of them was Josh Damaro, and I can't remember somebody else. And both they're not cut out. Josh Damaro has not done a good job at the parks. So they're not cut out. And they've got Gorman in there leading the charge to look for a new CEO. So I think maybe if it was Dana Walden, she and like maybe Josh Damaro and some other people got together with Susan Arnold and the disgraced Christine McCarthy. No, Christine McCarthy didn't leave Disney because she was sick. She left Disney because she got fired. And so did Susan Arnold. Okay. It looks to me like somebody's trying to smear Iger and trying to take down the whole thing. Now, about Star Wars. They have been targeting the fans and trying to divide the fans since Kennedy took over. I think that this freak out, lashing out at YouTubers, me, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Canal, Star Wars Theory, they're blaming us for it. They want us gone. They want to burn everything down. They want to burn the whole fan base down because they're not getting what they want. So they want to destroy the franchise. That's very much a female-led Kathleen Kennedy kind of thing to do. Okay. And I am really interested, when this is all said and done, seeing how close I am to being right. Because, in my opinion, that's exactly what they're doing. Remember the Doomcock rumor where he said, when Kathleen Kennedy heard that George was helping Dave and John with the scripts for Mando Season 2, because she wanted to be part of it, and Iger said George is helping out. She had a fit. And she basically said, this nonsense will end or I will burn it all down to the ground. To Bob Iger. The woman has brass ovaries to think she can get away with shit like that. That's another I'm going to remember on Iger's part, right? So this is what we got going on here, okay? Oh yeah, I know they have. And like I said, somebody at Lucasfilm decided that Star Wars Theory was now a target. Look, why wouldn't Molly and Alex be pissed off? Alex tried to befriend Star Wars Theory. And then, because Molly hates him, now he hates Star Wars Theory too. They've never had the reach that Star Wars Theory does, but they got the perks. They got to go on junkets. They got to go on, onto, Celebration and have fan panels about Rey and all the rest of that shit. They got goodie bags. They got the whole 9 yards. Lucasfilm treated them like they got first looks, for fuck's sake. Okay, but they didn't get the reach. Okay, that was poor decision making on part of Lucasfilm PR to include those two clowns in there, whatever. Okay. So what I think is going on is this. They are enacting scorched earth. Okay, they're enacting scorched earth right now. Doofus film. Yep. Okay, doofus film. All right. Maze Rose is right there. But I do think they're trying to burn it all down on the way out. Notice how no word about her new contract. All right. Notice how she's pretending that everything's going to be all right and she's coming back, which is like, no, you're not. Stop it. Okay. And we just have to wait. I mean, honestly, if those emails that are supposedly out there start getting leaked to the press, because she's not allowed in the office. She has to be invited. She hasn't. Oh, no, they're not. I mean, he actually believes his own bullshit. I know that for a fact. I'm like, dude, your shit stinks just like everybody else's. Knock it off. Okay. I mean, and the reason why they're lashing out and attacking the big channels is because they see their gravy train going away. Okay, they see it disappearing. This is what a cornered animal does. All right, you've got. Did you guys ever watch the Mary Sue interview with Leslie Headland? It's like I have it uploaded on my phone. You watch it and you just go, I feel like I'm listening to my nieces have conversations with their friends. That's how fucking stupid it is. It's like, I can't watch this anymore. I'm gonna start losing IQ points. I can't. It's and it's like, dude, they use the words like dude, bro. If you want me to take you seriously, act like you can actually speak English like an adult, okay? For fuck's sake, all right? Not anywhere near the intellect that she thinks. I mean, Rachel Eichman thinks she has, and Molly's just a conniving, jealous. I think she's probably a lesbian. Oh yeah. I mean, Leslie Headland is 42 years old, and listening to her talk, it's like listening to somebody with Tourette's syndrome who's 10. There's no maturity there. She literally is a child. They all are. I mean, what in the world would make you want to go after somebody who didn't like a TV show and hurt their livelihood because you're upset? And it's like, it's a TV show. Why do you care? In what world does it matter if the Acolyte gets canceled? Maybe Leslie should go, oh, I suck at this. I'm sorry. We failed. You learn more from your failures than you do from your successes. I'll give you a little hint. Coach Vince Lombardi, greatest football coach of all time. Basically, when the Packers would lose a game, they played their hardest, but they still lost. He normally wouldn't yell at them. If they won and were lackadaisical and didn't put 100% into it, he would freak out on the Monday morning meeting. Okay. The reason why is because he said, you will never reach perfection, but you will reach excellence. And that's what you need to do. Not half-assed crap that you turned in half done and it's garbage and everybody knows they're not gonna like it. That's what Hedlund did. No one ever told her, this sucks, go back to the drawing board. All right, this is bad, Leslie, go back to the drawing board. This dialogue is terrible, go back to the drawing board. No one's ever said that to her. And we're getting blamed because her bullshit failed. All right, anyway, I gotta go, I've gotta put some stuff away, and then I gotta take the hairy hound for a walk and then go see his sister, the horse. I want you guys to have a good afternoon. You know, something happens, of course I'll be around. If I suddenly show up live, I'm at the park, something happened. Okay, so you guys have a good afternoon, and I will see you around the galaxy.